Hey everyone, this is Brian Drury of Overcoming Graduation, here to share a quick message today, and that message is this: they didn't break your heart. Now, anybody who's been in any kind of relationship at any point in their life has probably gone through a breakup and probably been dumped at least once or twice, and if you're me, maybe a couple times more, who knows? So, in those cases, you might say something like, they broke my heart. And I remember growing up thinking it was just the worst thing ever. I remember my first high school girlfriend. It's hilarious to think back on now. But when she broke up with me, I thought the world is ending, life is over, my heart is broken, how will I ever come back? And now it seems hilarious, but thinking back, I remember those emotions and feeling those feelings so strongly at the time. So why is that? And why didn't she actually break my heart? Because as I think back on the different times where I've said that or I've heard friends say it, we find ourselves going, they broke my heart, and it almost has this victim mentality to it. It has this desperation as if there was nothing you could do to stop it. But is there? So I heard a piece of advice from Kyle Cease, and I remember this one rocked me. As I was sitting there watching the video, I went, this is unbelievable, this is amazing, and it makes so much sense. And what he said is, that person didn't break your heart, they broke your expectations. And I'm gonna say that again, that person didn't break your heart, they broke your expectations. And then I went flashing back to all my past relationships, not just that first one, but every relationship that had ended. And I went, oh my God. All the times I was upset or I acted shocked or surprised, it was because I was creating expectations and painting a picture of a reality that wasn't really there. Think about how many times, whether it's in a relationship or in our day job or with our friendships or our connections with our family, that we want to paint or portray a certain reality that we know isn't real, but we find ourselves making any and every excuse to create that reality and keep that and hold on to it, even if it means disassociating from what we know is real. And when he said, they didn't break your heart, they broke your expectations, I went, oh, okay. So rather than have expectations, go into a relationship expecting a person to be a certain way and expecting them to always be a certain way. Maybe at the beginning, they're always happy and they're excited. You're in that new, beautiful phase of love, but then things start to get bad and they're starting to have their own problems and their own challenges and their own things that they're working through. And then you go, wait, we were supposed to be happy all the time. And this is where I caught myself in my codependency. Because when I was younger, I would look towards that person, my significant other, to be my source of happiness, to be the one to lift me up when things got tough. And I didn't learn till later that I needed to be the one to cultivate those things within myself and pick myself up, learn to be self-sufficient. Then I would attract a partner who had done the same things and we could grow together. So when it comes to expectations, many times what I'd been doing was coming into a relationship, having all these expectations about how she's gonna show up and how she's gonna be there. And then I had expectations on myself as well. But when she wouldn't hold to the expectations, I would get frustrated. Now here is the crazy part. If you've never heard this term, there's a term called covert contracts. And what that means in a relationship, it's a contract that exists between two people that only one person knows about. So basically, I had a contract in my mind that I had never told the other person about, and I was expecting them to stick to that contract, and how could I when they had no idea what it was? You see how crazy it sounds, but we do this all the time. So many people get caught up in this all the time. Whenever I tell people this phrase, they go, oh yeah, okay, no, that makes a lot of sense. So when you think about your relationships and you think about having your heart broken, recognize your heart was never broken. It was your expectations. Your heart is there. Your heart is strong. Your heart is always going to be there. Their heart is there for you. So when it comes to getting into a new relationship or opening up again, realize that it's partly about either setting expectations that are clear and visible. It's saying, this is what my expectations are. And in fact, I think a better word than that is boundaries. Setting healthy boundaries is one incredibly powerful thing that has made a huge difference in my dating life. And then the expectations, we can pull those back, because when we have all these unspoken expectations, I think those are the really deadly ones. The unspoken expectations lead to us just totally derailing and trying to keep this perfect reality that may not exist. When things start to go off course or they diverge from that plan we had in our head, we'll fight and claw and scrape and grab to try and keep everything as it was, even to the point where we start to compromise our values. So rather than do that, best thing is to set boundaries, be willing to let someone go if you realize that, hey, the boundaries weren't respected or the expectations that I communicated don't line up. We don't share the same things. That's all good. Wish you all the best. I wish me all the best. And off we go. Those changes I've made in my life have been a huge, huge, huge shift for me in relationships. And just that simple thing of they never broke your heart, They only broke your expectations was a game changer. So I hope that was valuable for you today, and I hope you enjoyed that message. If so, please like, please comment, share, subscribe, get involved, get interacting. I love to see how these messages impact you. And if there's someone you know that needs this message right now, please send it to them directly. So I love you all. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being a part of this. I'll be talking to you again real soon.